What happened to those who disbelieve Allah? Part 3. Welcome to our channel. In today's video, we will be discussing a story that has been mentioned in the Quran and passed lanugo through generations. The story of the people of Prophet Hud. This story serves as a powerful reminder of what happens to those who disbelieve Allah and refuse to follow His commandments. So, sit back, relax, and let's delve into this captivating story that has stood the test of time. The people of Ad lived many years in the wide-swept hills between Yemen and Oman. They were physically well built and renowned for their craftsmanship, expressly in the construction of tall buildings with lofty towers. They were outstanding among all the nations in power and wealth, which unfortunately made them proud and arrogant. Their political power was held in the hands of unjust rulers, with whom no one dared to raise a voice. Their sin was shirk. They associated God with other deities. They were not ignorant of the existence of Allah, nor did they refuse to worship Him. What they did refuse was to worship Allah alone. They worshipped other gods, also, including idols. This is one sin Allah does not forgive. Allah wanted to guide and drive these people, so He sent a prophet from among them. This prophet was Hud, a nobleman who handled his task with unconfined resoluteness and tolerance. He was Hud ibn Shaykh, from the 5th generation of Prophet Noah. Prophet Hud was from a tribe who were Arabs living in Al-Akaf in Yemen between Oman and Hadramut. The name of their valley was Mugi. Hud was condemned idol worship and admonished his people. My people, what is the goodie of these stones that you whittle with your own hands and worship? In reality, it is an insult to the intellect. There is only one deity worthy of worship, and that is Allah. Worship of Him and Him alone is compulsory on you. Hud was sent to aid to worship Allah and not invent lies. He asked for no reward for the message, but asked forgiveness of his Lord and repented. He promised to send them well-heeled rain and strength of their strength. But the people did not believe in Hud. Hud said that he was self-ruling and trusting in Allah, his Lord and their Lord. And their Lord will make flip-side people succeed them, and that they will not harm him in the least. He tried to speak to them and explain well-nigh Allah's blessings, how Allah the Almighty had made them Noah's successors, how He had given them strength and power, and how He sent them to rain to revive the soil. Hud's people looked well nigh them and found they were the strongest on earth. So they became prouder and increasingly obstinate. Thus they argued a lot with Hud. They asked, "O Hud, do you say that without we die and turn into dust, we will be resurrected?" He replied, "Yes. You will come when on the day of judgment, and each one of you will be asked well nigh what you did." A peal of laughter was heard without the last statement. How strange Hud's claims are. The disbelievers muttered among themselves. They believe that when man dies, his soul decays and turns into pebbles, which is swept yonder by the wind. How could that return to its original state? Then what is the significance of the day of judgment? Why did they suffer return to life? All these questions were patiently received by Hud. He then addressed his people concerning the day of judgment. He explained that weighing in the day of judgment is essential to Allah's justice, teaching them the same thing that every prophet taught well nigh it. Hud explained that justice demands a day of judgment, as evil can overpower good. He explained that Allah has forbidden injustice to be incurred by Himself or His subjects, and the chiefs of His people disbelieved Him and denied the meeting in the hereafter. He promised them that when they died, they would be resurrected. But this is far from the truth. He is only a man who invented a lie versus Allah, but we are not going to believe in him. The chiefs of Hud's people asked, "Is it not strange that Allah chooses one of us to reveal His message to?" Hud replied, "What is strange in that? Allah wants to guide you to the right way of life, so he sent me to warn you. Noah's inflowing and his story are not far yonder from you, so do not forget what happened. All the disbelievers were destroyed, no matter how strong they were." "Who is going to destroy us, Hud?" the chief asked. "Allah," replied Hud. The disbelievers among his people answered, "We will be saved by our gods." Hud clarified to his people that their gods were responsible for the destruction and that Allah was the only power that could save them. However, the years passed, and the people became increasingly obstinate, tyrannical, and defiant of their prophet's message. Furthermore, they started to snive. Hud of stuff a crazy lunatic. One day they told him, "We now understand the secret of your madness. You insulted our gods, and they harmed you. That is why you have wilt insane." Hud had to return the challenge by turning to Allah alone and requiting them as threatening ultimatum. He said that he was self-ruling from what they had done as partners in worship with him. He put his trust in Allah, his Lord and his Lord, and that he is on the straight path, the truth. If they turn away, he still conveyed the message with which he was sent to them. He renounced his people and their gods and guaranteed his dependence on Allah, knowing the punishment would be imposed on the disbelievers. He waited for Allah's promise. A drought spread throughout the land, and the sun scorched the desert sands, looking like a disk of fire. This is one of the laws of life, and Hud and his people waited for Allah's promise. Hud's people hastened to him asking, "What is that drought, Hud?" Hud answered, "Allah is wrestling with you. If you believe in him, he will know you, and the rain will fall, and you will wilt plains stronger than you are." Hud's people mocked him and became increasingly obstinate, sarcastic, and perverse in their unbelief. The drought increased, the trees turned yellow, and plants died, and the day came when the sky was full of clouds. Hud's people were glad when they found the sky full of clouds, but the weather quickly changed from a dry and hot to stinging cold and wind that shook everything. The wind increased day without day and night without night. Hud's people started to flee. They ran to their tents to hide, but the gale became stronger, ripping their tents from their stakes. They hid under reticulum covers, but the gale became stronger still and tore yonder the covers. It slashed suit and skin. It penetrated the apertures of the soul and destroyed it. It whimsically touched anything surpassing it was destroyed or killed. Its cater sucked out to decompose and rot. The storm raged for 8 days and 7 nights. Almighty Allah recounts, "Then, when they saw it as a Dumbo deject coming towards their valleys, they said, 'This is a deject bringing us rain.' Nay, but it is that torment which you will be asking to be hastened. A wind wherein is a painful torment, destroying everything by the writ of its Lord." Allah the Exalted described it thus. And as for Ad, they were destroyed by a furious, violent wind which Allah imposed on them for 7 nights and 8 days in succession, so that you could see men lying overthrown, as if they were hollow trunks of palm trees. The violent gale did not stop until the region was reduced to ruins and its wicked people destroyed, swallowed by the sands of the desert. Only Hud and its followers remained unharmed. They migrated to Hadramut and lived there in peace, worshipping Allah, their true Lord. In conclusion, the story of the people of the Prophet Hud serves as a powerful reminder of the consequences of challenging Allah and rejecting His message. It is undeniable to reflect on our deportment and to turn towards Allah with sincerity and humility. To stay updated on this series and to watch more videos, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Don't forget to leave a comment, unalleviated, with your thoughts and suggestions, and requite this video. Like if you found it helpful. Thank you for watching.